This is Daniel Poppy, host of How to Write Good. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hi everybody, this is Baxter Colburn from Public House Media. From all of us here at PHM, we'd like to thank you for your support and wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
This is Rachel Mullins, host of #NoFilterFriday here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my new show, #NoFilterFriday, where we talk about all of the sexual misconduct allegations swirling around Hollywood. A new show drops every Friday at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of #NoFilterFriday. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Every so often, movies come out that are entirely thrashed by critics. The Emoji Movie, Transformers 4 Age of Extinction, and Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 have given me the great pleasure of a throbbing headache for 2 weeks. But away from all of the conventionally bad films, some where only few are courageous enough to venture, there's something else. Something terrifying, something delightful, something incoherent, yet something brilliant. We're talking about movies that are so bad, they're good. The Happening, Troll 2, My Old Lego Videos. All of these films are so poorly crafted, laughably over or underacted, or just downright awful that they're a delight to watch. But wait, there's something beyond that. A mystery, an enigma, if you will. Beyond this threshold of movies so bad they're amazing, there's one man who stands alone. And his name? Tommy Wiseau. Tommy Wiseau was a man who independently funded, directed, produced, wrote, and starred in a motion picture in 2003. The film he released, The Room, is widely considered the pantheon of entertainingly horrendous films. And strangely enough, this is all we really know of Tommy Wiseau, as he's consistently private concerning his personal life. But fortunately, I do a great Tommy Wiseau impression. My friends say it's horrendous, but can you really trust anybody? Yes, that's the tagline of this movie. It's stupid and doesn't really make sense, but neither does The Room. Today we jump face first into a disaster. We discuss Tommy Wiseau's cult passion project, The Room, and James Franco's film chronicling the production of Wiseau's magnum opus, The Disaster Artist. My name is Sam Kirby with Public House Media, and welcome to the next installment of Cinema Stories with Sam Kirby. Today, we get passionate, talking movie and TV news and reviews. So dye your hair jet black, wear sunglasses at night, and spend $6 million on a terrible script. This is really bad advice. This is The Room. Now, I usually start my review by speaking on how one can review a movie by analyzing conventions of film. With The Room, one cannot simply judge based on established constructs of film criticism. This deserves something special. The Room was released on June 27th of 2003, my girlfriend's birthday. So congratulations to you. I think that's worth noting though. For 15 years, the movie has held strong and true as the best worst film of all time. But what keeps drawing people to this movie year after year? There are midnight screenings of this film every month. Of course, everything about the movie from a filmmaking standpoint is laughably terrible. It's a relatively short watch. Besides being one of the greatest non-intentional comedies in film history, what else is driving people to seek out this film? I have a theory that it's not entirely the bullying factor. It's not anything negative, actually. Of course, those are some elements of it, yet I think there's something inherently relatable about the film. The passion that Tommy put into this movie is palpable. Tommy is so unwaveringly committed to his vision that it's admirable to see him during the train wreck of a film. Let's talk about it. The Room follows Johnny, a banker who has it all, a loving girlfriend named Lisa, financial stability, and a loyal best friend named Mark. The film follows these characters' reactions to the unsettling truth that Mark and Lisa are having an affair. Let's cut down to brass tacks here. The acting is atrocious. There's no believability or realism in any of the performances. The dialogue is clunky, repetitive, cliche to the fullest. You're tearing me apart, Lisa!
Hi,
Mark.
Oh, hi, Danny.
If a lot of people loved each other, the world would be a better place to live. Like I said, terrible impression. The framing is often uneven, really strange. Literally everything seems disturbingly terrible in this film, not to mention the weird, uncomfortable love scenes. I'm not going to go into too great of detail here. Everything that's going to be said about them has already been said. The weird belly button angles, Tommy. But the thing that really stands out to me as the most disturbing part of them are the weird R&B songs. The songs are really long and really bad, and they make it feel longer than it actually is. It makes you feel like you're watching an inappropriate video. Trust me. It's just a really, really weird, uncomfortable movie. The songs are an uncomfortable time capsule to the weird R&B scene of the early 2000s. I mean, have you ever even heard of these artists? Of course you haven't! They did the music for The Room! Bring it back, Sam, bring it back. You'd be hard-pressed to even find a passable performance in this movie. There's that one drug dealer, he's okay, I guess. Everyone's terrible. I'm sure everyone's a fine person, but Lisa, and Mark, and Danny, and Tommy, and everyone, But I don't want to be a downer. It's really entertaining to watch, especially if you're a film fan. Levels of entertainment may vary, but if you notice every single thing that Tommy does wrong here, it's baffling to see. And it is fascinating to see Tommy unrelentingly attached to his vision, even though everybody knows it's terrible. The Room is truly something special. If you're with your friends or you're really into film, I can definitely recommend The Room. It's so bad, it's one of the worst films ever made. I will say that there are a lot of inappropriately uncomfortable scenes, so viewers beware. But The Room stands strong as my favorite bad movie of all time. Everything about this film is laughably terrible, but Tommy's undying passion for the piece is something to behold. Moving away from the original film to the story behind the production, this is The Disaster Artist. Now I think anyone, me, you, Lisa or Mark, those conniving people, anyone can review a film by analyzing 5 key aspects to filmmaking: the plot, direction and cinematography, character, and performance. Being a huge fan of The Room, I was in hysterics to see that some of the funniest people in Hollywood were bringing The Disaster Artist to the screen. The book of the same name was written by Greg Sestero, and it documents the story behind the phenomenon that is The Room. Greg plays Mark in the movie. The first trailer had me in stitches. If you are a member of the Room cult, this trailer puts you through the roof. The plot of The Disaster Artist follows Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero, aspiring actors beaten down by the unrelenting Hollywood system. After a fateful acting class in San Francisco, the two become closer and move to Los Angeles together. When Los Angeles isn't kind to our two protagonists, they decide to reach into Tommy's seemingly bottomless pit of money to produce their own independent feature film. The Disaster Artist chronicles the creation of this film and its eventual reception. I was fascinated by the story. Learning the unbelievable truths behind the film's production was very intriguing, and according to Tommy Wiseau, it's 99.9% true, and that is a scientific Tommy Wiseau fact. Fans of the original will fall in love with the story, and people who aren't familiar with the film will still be intrigued by the situation and characters presented. The plot following the creation of The Room is intriguing in its own right, and the film's direction is handled with love and care by James Franco. Franco does respectable work with the direction of this film. Getting some minor issues out of the way, I felt the end of the second act and the beginning of the third were very rushed. I would also have liked some characters and situations to be further elaborated on. That being said, I really dug Franco's direction. The film so easily could have fallen into the bullying mentality which draws many to the original. Though there are some comedic moments involving Tommy, I was surprised at how human Franco made these larger-than-life characters. Tommy does some pretty deplorable things in this film, yet at his core, he is relatable. He knows that the industry doesn't want someone like him, and that breaks his heart, but he's so committed to making the best film that he can that you have to respect it. Though uneven and unfocused at parts, James Franco had me laughing and crying at the same time, which is really special. The cinematography is good. There are a lot of beautiful shots in this film, and the imagery really captures the time and essence of the room. There was a noticeable amount of underexposure in the film, yet the lengths at which the director and cinematographer went to capture the essence of the room more than makes up for it. The cinematography is well done, and though a bit mixed, James Franco shows his love and care for the source material. James Franco shines as Tommy Wiseau. He does more than an imitation. He is Tommy Wiseau. I would love to see Franco nominated for this piece. The mannerisms, the small detail, everything is Wiseau. His character treads the line between hero and relatable villain. He does terrible things, but when he's at the premiere, you genuinely are devastated for him. Dave Franco is passable as Greg Sestero. From what I know, it wasn't a very accurate representation of the original book writer. Nothing really stood out about Dave's character, though he's passable. The other minor characters played by Seth Rogen and a few other surprise celebrities are enjoyable. I really wish the film would have delved deeper into the other supporting characters, like the woman who plays Lisa or the woman who plays Claudette. James Franco stands out as Tommy Wiseau, and the other characters are solid, if a bit forgettable. The disaster artist doesn't delve as deep into situations as much as I would have wanted, and there are some pacing issues. The cast and crew convey their love for the story and characters, moving audiences with resonant themes and some melancholy inspiration. I really love this film. I give The Disaster Artist 4.2 out of 5 stars. It was a very interesting character study of Tommy Wiseau, and we really got to know what The Room actually meant to him. I would definitely recommend this film to any fan of film or any fan of The Room. Stepping out of one room and venturing to the great beyond, let's talk about the latest news out of the entertainment industry. These are today's cinema stories. Star Trek has captured the hearts of science fiction fans for generations. Quentin Tarantino has consistently entertained R-rated film fans for nearly 3 decades. Now the two universes may just collide. According to Deadline, Quentin Tarantino has pitched an R-rated Star Trek film to J.J. Abrams and Paramount. Abrams was intrigued by the pitch and is attempting to put together a writing room for the potential science fiction romp. The Revenant writer Mark L. Smith is the frontrunner to pen the script. The film is in its earliest stages, but no matter what anyone says, the movie would sure be unique. If J.J. Abrams, the architect of the new Star Trek universe, is interested in the idea, we may be in for something spectacular. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has found great success in the film department. With well over a dozen positively reviewed films, the MCU keeps on keeping on. The MCU Netflix universe has received less acclaim, given a few standouts. One of those standouts is coming back to Netflix in the new year. Variety reports that Jessica Jones Season 2 will premiere March 8th, 2018. With the mediocre reviews of The Defenders this past year, we'll see if Jessica Jones can ride the success train with The Punisher. In 2015, I ventured to the theaters on an overcast summer morning with 2 of my best friends. We experienced Colin Trevorrow's admittedly generic thrill ride Jurassic World. On December 7th, Universal Pictures dropped the sequel's first trailer. The trailer follows Chris Pratt's Owen and Bryce Dallas Howard's Claire as they discuss rescuing the remaining dinosaurs from the Jurassic World ruins as the volcano on the island is about to erupt. Jeff Goldblum reprised his role of Ian Malcolm in the trailer and delightfully recycles his Life Finds a Way speech from Jurassic Park. Besides a few interesting visuals and Pratt's charisma, I didn't love the trailer. On repeat viewings, I enjoyed it more, yet the way the trailer is cut and the music were a bit uninteresting. It's a different premise, yet it feels uninspired, without life. That being said, I love the series and am still excited for the June 22nd release. Well, everyone, it's time to say goodbye. It's not true. Sam, don't say that. We have a great time. You're so great. Aw, Tommy, I want to go ahead and thank you. And I also would like to go ahead and thank everyone for tuning in today. Seamless transitions. Thanks to everyone for the constant love and support I've received since starting the show. Please feel free to message me and let me know how I'm doing. Constructive criticism is always welcome so I can give you the best show possible. I want to take this time to thank Caleb Ewer. Now, Caleb doesn't have a lot of social media sources, but he took time out of his week to talk to me about my show. I had an awesome time catching up with Caleb and appreciate his kind words. Thanks so much, Caleb. I'm glad you're liking the show. If you like the show, please download and share. You can follow me on Twitter at Samuel_J_Kirby or SamKirby17 on Instagram. Thanks to Public House Media for letting me host and do what I love. Make sure you like them on Facebook and check out their other great content. A special thanks to Audio Binger and We Is Shore for the music choices here today. At the end of the day, no matter how it happened and no matter how well it was received, The Room has left its imprint on film culture. It may not be what he wanted, but Tommy Wiseau has become a hero to many. He was so committed to his vision, and though it's laughable, he created something that is loved by many. I think in life we're all scared to put ourselves out there and follow what we're passionate about. What if they hate it? What if they all laugh at me? Take away all of the weird love scenes and the stilted acting, we can really take something worthwhile from The Room. We should pursue what we're passionate about, and even if it crashes and burns, at least we accomplish something that we care about. Sometimes you have to commit and take a leap out of the room. Tommy and Sam signing off. Bye. Oh, bye, everybody.